All right, you guys, here we go, starting our journey. We gotta go towards the right because, as you guys can see in the distance, there is some stuff going on back there. But we're gonna record one last time. Me and my wife, Miss Kirksey here, we did walk down this way before. It was really great. We actually walked to a restaurant called Hog Daddy's Barbecue. Her burger was good. My food was like some Kentucky bourbon glazed grilled chicken. See, it's right there now. Right there. That's where it's at, the Hog Daddy's. Oh no, it's right. It's one of those places. But we went there. I was supposed to have coconut rice, but if you guys know, I love Asian cuisine and I know my rices, to a certain extent. They gave us basmati rice, which is like Indian rice, and it did not taste like coconut at all. But we're gonna record the bridge one last time and look at everything. Yesterday we rode in a boat ride. That was pretty fun. But yeah, this is our last time down here in Tampa. We're gonna save up for a little while and save up for our next trip. We don't know where that's gonna be, but we know we got our big one, which is coming in during Thanksgiving of this year.
Not Thanksgiving.
Oh, what, Christmas? I guess Christmas. We gonna, if you guys don't know, spoiler alert, we are gonna be going to Chile. And we're definitely not gonna use Frontier Airlines.
They don't even go there, so we don't have to worry about that.
So yeah, all I gotta know is this, you guys, if you are flying in the United States, or if you're flying back to the United States, don't ever use Frontier Airlines. I'm telling you guys right now, they are straight up trash. We literally got a text message, even though we canceled one of the refund, that's saying, hey, another flight has been delayed. Now you might be like, oh, that's normal. No, if you guys watch my first video of our series of going to Clearwater Beach in Florida, you guys would have heard the summary, and you can hear my wife right now. Wasn't it terrible?
It was awful.
Awful. And how many delays did we have?
It started off at the whole thing was a 3-hour delay because we were supposed to leave Atlanta at 4:30 and get to Tampa at 6 o'clock maybe?
I thought it was 5.
Well, maybe 5:30. It's because it's not a long drive. And then we ended up getting off the plane and canceling around 9. So.
Yep, and believe it or not, this is nothing against Atlanta's, airport down there, but I'm not gonna lie. One of the main reasons we also got delayed is because there was some very suspecting people on board. They were actually high off of drugs, and they somehow was able to get on the plane. And our flight attendants, who have been flying since 5 a.m., and I didn't even know this, but they have a flight regulation from the FAA laws that they're only allowed to fly about, well, really, they only allow, maybe 16 hours?
Yeah, per FAA regulations, you can only go 16 hours in one day as a flight attendant. You can't go above that. Yeah,
and believe it or not, you guys, even though when they delayed our raggedy plane due to some coolant problems, that's a beautiful hotel, by the way. Even though they delayed our flight by 3 hours due to some coolant problems, they did have it semi-fixed. They did. It was just hot as heck in the plane. But when those suspecting people who were definitely doing drugs got on the plane, it prolonged the time even longer. And the flight attendants, we can't fly any longer now, because one of the flight attendants, because I was eavesdropping hard. We were all everybody in that plane was eavesdropping off.
Yeah.
We was all trying to get information or something. But one of the flight attendants said, if that lady literally was not on this flight, those 3 people who were definitely doing some drug activity, and this is not me trying to make Atlanta sound bad like they don't check their people, because if they did pass TSA with nothing on them or anything and stuff like that, and they got drugs in their system, technically, I guess you really can't just say, hey, we're TSA. I don't know, I'm not a TSA expert, but anyways, You can't just kick people off just like that. But ooh, cute little pink house right there. But yeah, those 3 people delayed our flight for an hour because they were just being very suspecting. And then bam, that's when the flight attendants was like, we need 2 more. And you know, this was 9 p.m. at night. You know, most people are day shift people. There is no flight attendant in Atlanta that's going to wake up after probably doing 15 hours of flight attending and so forth. And it just got really, really horrible after that. And yeah, it delayed. So, and then we got another message saying, hey, another flight has been delayed from Frontier Airlines. And yeah, so my biggest thing to you guys is to never ever use Frontier Airlines. This is first time customer me experiences. I think I've ridden on Delta before when I went to my best bro's wedding, but Frontier Airlines, nah. I don't care how cheap you guys have to be. I know you gotta save money and everything so you can save up, but if I were you guys, I would create me a Delta online account. Even if you have to, they got pretty good reasonable pricings for round trips and stuff. This is beautiful, that mansion right there. Wow. Oh, I don't know if I saw a Rolls Royce or a Maybach in there, but this is a rich side of town, I think is that. But yeah, I would say, hey, just you know, just pay the extra money. Like, it's not gonna hurt. Just pay the extra money. Don't go through what we went through. Just pay the extra money. And believe it or not, also when we were on a boat ride, I don't know if I captured it in the video because I was enjoying my time, but we actually got to saw one of Michael Jackson's. I kid you not. We literally got to saw one of Michael Jackson's old houses with the spiral stairs, like how the rich people live. And the lady that was giving us a tour while we were out on a boat on the water, she said, yes, when they moved down to Florida, paparazzi used to take boats and boat over there on his property and kind of stalk him at his house. And I'm not lying to you guys, that house is still there, even though he lived there very shortly. If you guys really want to know the pricing, you can, but that house was $50 million. So yeah, $50 million. But yeah, this is, it's starting to get gloomy, starting to get ugly. So I'm about to stop recording so me and my wife can just concentrate on the road and take this long 8-hour drive home, because Frontier is trash. If we would have done Delta, it would have been great. And I know what you guys are probably saying, well, why you guys didn't do Delta? Well, my wife is a very experienced traveler. She has been to Colombia, Portugal, Curacao, so she has a lot of flight credit, and she had plenty of flight credit for Frontier, or just any for Frontier. Sadly, it had to be Frontier. But you know, anyways, yeah, we just enjoyed it. Everything is awesome, everything is great. I think, didn't we kind of go out to the ocean over this part? No, not this bridge. We didn't go over this bridge. We didn't go over this bridge, but yeah, but that concludes our trip to Clearwater. Shout out to Winter Dolphin Beach Club. If you guys ever come down there, I highly suggest, you know, get that hotel. They got good, reasonable pricing. The people are very nice, and the reservations are nice. And here goes the bay. Shout out to the wife. Sorry if the camera panned over this way very quickly. But this is the bay out in the boats, and that horrible cumulonimbus cloud that's about to start maybe raining pretty hard down here. But then again, it's Florida, so it's about to be sunny anyways. But back to what I was saying previously. Oh, there goes the trolley. Oh, I'm getting sidetracked like crazy, y'all. I'm sorry. But back to previous what I was saying before I get distracted anymore. Yeah, shout out to Winter Dolphin Beach Club and stuff. If you guys ever go down there, they do have a restaurant in the hotel, and average pricing for 2 people, I'm not gonna lie, because they got a lot of good reviews and they cook it fresh on the spot. Especially that coconut fresh grouper fish I had that was fried. You could be paying about at least $65 for 2 people. I'm not lying, for a full meal with drinks included. Now, alcoholic beverages, you know. And if you're a fan like me of pina colada, then yeah. But yep, this is going to conclude our little journey and so forth. And one thing I would say about Clearwater people and just is that people are very nice down here, very chill. We only had like maybe one rude person, and they were just blowing their horn for unnecessary reasons. But everybody else has been chill. And what I mean by chill, I mean like, hey, if you scan our QR code and give us a review, you will literally get free stuff. And you can ask my wife right here, right now. We went to a car wash, and the guy said, hey, if you do this review right here and there, the car wash attendant, I will give you a free car wash. You don't have to pay no money. Am I right?
Yep.
Go ahead and say it again.
Yep.
Yep. She said, yep. So yeah, love the hustle down here in Clearwater. But anyways, we're going to conclude this video because I've been saying that for the past 3 times. And the video is 11 minutes and it's going to be uploaded to my YouTube. But we'll see you guys in our next trip. Later.